I still got to
Not for nothing. Not for nothing.
Everybody at home watching on Sideline Sports Network, it is a picked off show. And hopefully this show doesn't get intercepted like Jameis Winston. I got ready. I'm ready for this.
Back.
I'm ready for week is it week 9?
It's 10.
So we just had the NFL trade deadline. So a lot of teams made moves and got better. Some teams just decided to trade their whole team. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens the rest of the year.
See that move the Lions made?
Yeah,
Brad me neither. We didn't fucking make one. Because we're good with, backup offensive linemen and dudes off the fucking practice squad in the street. We'll be fine.
All right. First game is Thursday night football between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. AFC West matchup. In this game, the Broncos are riding high. They're still winning. And then the Raiders are the Raiders. So, in the words of somebody in a ranch with horses or whatever, I say yeehaw, Broncos going to ride. So, I got the Broncos winning this game.
Yeah, did you guys see Geno Smith's Halloween costume last week? He dressed up as an NFL quarterback and no one recognized him.
Yeah, I guess he wrote back that time. Yeah, I don't see on anyone's universe the Raiders winning this ball game. Broncos too good right now. That line looks about right to me, at least. Bo Nix playing some of his best ball right now, and the defense is doing defensive things. So, not too much to say on this one. I do not expect it to be competitive. I'm going to take the Broncos 27-10. And Bo Nix with at least 2 touchdown passes. JJ?
I feel like this is going to be an ugly game a little bit because divisional teams always seem to kind of be ugly back and forth squads. And these two teams do have that type of mentality. I'm going to take the Broncos to win, but I think the Raiders will cover. And I'll give this score 27-20.
Okay. Dom?
I'm with JJ. Broncos win, but not cover. It's just because it's a divisional game and there's at least some pride on the line, I think. But there's no way in hell the Raiders win this game. The Raiders are fucking awful. Go back to Oakland or Los Angeles, whichever's closer.
All right. Next game.
Vegas doesn't deserve a team, period. But they definitely don't deserve the fucking Raiders.
Jaguars versus the Texans. The Jaguars just acquired wide receiver Jacoby Myers from the Raiders at the NFL trade deadline. CJ Stroud out with a concussion after that hit he took last week or whenever it was very controversial. Took him out of the game. CJ Stroud is out. Davis Mills,
the neck is starting
with the long neck, is starting. The longest neck quarterback since we've seen since Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon.
I was about to say Mike Glennon.
Coming in. So, does he have enough neck to get it to a win?
Here we go. Here we go.
I got the Jaguars in this game. I just think they're the better team. Brian Thomas Jr. has been really disappointing. Really good receiver coming from LSU, but has not had the consistency this year. I think that's why they bring in Myers. Adds another target for Trevor Lawrence. I think Jags win this close divisional game 24-20.
One thing about Davis Mills, I'll say this last week because I'd been in some of the Houston chats and they reserved their criticisms and everything, and they were saying that Mills could have played better and things like that. I agree with that one, but I also will tell you that there were several drives where Davis Mills actually did take the Texans down the field, but on 2 occasions, maybe even 3, the Houston Texans had 1st and goal on the Denver 1-yard line and failed to punch it in. That's more on the offensive coordinator, in my humble opinion, than anybody else. The OC's got to get his shit straight. I have a bad feeling about this one because Stroud is out, but I have to put a little bit of faith in Mills. Mills does know the offense. I'll take the Texans close in this one. That's the other thing I was going to say. It's going to be on the defense to get this one done. It would help a lot if you could force turnovers and give Mills a short field, but I'm going to take Texans 23-20.
I'm actually going to take the Texans too because I don't really believe in Jacksonville. I mean, they should not have went into overtime against the Las Vegas Raiders. And then I get it. Trevor Lawrence has been able to score a couple touchdowns at the goal line, but you should have been able to score touchdowns with your bell cow running back, Travis Etienne. And there was 3 different situations that they could not punch it in with him. Then they have penalties that kind of push them back. I do think it's an ugly game, but I think Davis Mills has enough juice in him to kind of
Introducing Grammarly, like you've
be
never
able
seen
to
before.
actually really be legit with this team. And I think the one thing I've noticed, especially this year now more than ever, is that when you do have your backup quarterbacks coming in, they will hit the main targets, but they'll also hit the other targets that the starting quarterback may have struggled with getting to. And so it's not saying that the starting quarterback's not better. It's just they've already had enough reps with them through their own practicing that they kind of already know how to kind of connect with them. But I do think the Texans win this game. I'm going to give them this game 27-21.
Mm-hmm. Dom?
Not 27-21. Sorry, 27-24.
All right, Dom?
Oh, you can't hear it. There's the fucking ICP song at the beginning. Someone calls up and they're like, neck cutter, neck cutter. Who do you wish to speak with? The neck. Yeah, that's the Jaguars. They're the neck cutter this week. I won't say impressed. I was not as unimpressed as I thought I would be with Davis Mills when he had to come in relief, but I would still say he's at least like a top 2/3 back up in the league. He's not one of the elite ones, but he's also not at the bottom either. I think the Texans will still keep it competitive. The other thing I don't understand is the Jags making that trade. Why are all these teams with, champagne dreams of making the playoffs like the Jags made a move like they had to give up 2 picks to get Jacoby Myers. Then the Cowboys giving away the farm for Quinnen Williams. Like, I don't understand what the hell's going on in the NFL short of the trade deadline. There's just a lot of teams that think they're a lot better than they really are, and I think the Jags might be one of them.
I like the
But
Quinnen
I've still got them winning this game.
I like the Quinnen Williams medallions, though, and we'll kind of break it into because their pass rushers can get there if you have a stout defensive tackle in the middle of the line, like Quinnen
That's
Williams.
true. And if you ask Jerry, they're only one defensive player away from being contenders. And Quinnen Williams, that is a huge move for them. I just don't think it's enough. Like,
their pass rushers
does one elite defensive tackle, what level does that raise your 31st overall defense from getting?
But their pass rushers are actually getting pressure. They're just not finishing the move because they can't get through. Having a nose tackle that can take 2 defenders off, you might start to see that stuff come into fruition.
True that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Speaking of teams that made a move at the trade deadline, Indianapolis Colts, blockbuster, get Sauce Gardner. This is a Super Bowl caliber move. When you're trying to go for it, this is the type of stuff that you're supposed to do. So I love to see the aggressiveness by the Colts going out to get a defensive back like Sauce Gardner caliber against the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Colts going to smash them. They're coming off of a loss to Pittsburgh. They're the much better team. You bring in Sauce Gardner. It's going to be an Indianapolis Colts beatdown. 34-10.
I might actually have to get up at fucking 9 o'clock in the morning and watch this game. I'm intrigued by that Colts move.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons, they kept it close against the Patriots. They're a reeling team right now. I don't know what's going on with them, but they do have to find...
They can't do anything
Patriots
right
team
2
that
weeks in a row.
Patriots team that everybody said was going to blow them out last week, and they didn't, and they almost lost.
Yeah.
Let's not act like that's.
No. You're
Are the
right.
Patriots? If you pick the Patriots versus the Colts, do you think the Patriots would
It's
lose
just
and get
you
lose
never know what
It would.
Falcons team is going to show up week to week. Actually, you do. If they show up one week and win, you know that same team is
I
not
think
going to
they're a
show up
lot
the
better
next
than
week.
Michael
Have the
Penix at
Falcons
quarterback.
won 2 games in a row yet this year? I don't think they have.
People don't know. You know what? Dom is right because you
Didn't this
don't know
Falcons
what.
team just get destroyed by the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. The same
So they got-
Falcons.
and
Hold
then
on. The same Falcons team that beat the Bills.
and then turn
This is
around
why
and
they're
face
the
the
biggest enigma in
Patriots.
the NFL.
Then you face around and then almost basically beat the Patriots. You
Yeah,
were
well,
one
maybe the
point
Patriots
away.
are not.
I don't
Maybe the
recall a
Patriots are
team
not
in
as good as we
recent
think.
history with such a high floor or a high
Well,
ceiling and such a low floor.
I'm gonna let Jay
But
go
it's
and then
the
give
fucking
my pick.
Falcons. We should be
I'm gonna
used
let
to
Jay
this by
go and
now.
give
Because
my
last
pick.
time I checked, the New England Patriots beat a lot of bad teams in this winning streak.
And I think the Colts have done the same because the Colts I saw against the Steelers was the Colts I was expecting coming into the
The
season.
Steelers are a
Danny
good team,
Jones
though.
looked horrible.
The Colts are
They all
blowing
looked
out
bad.
a shitty team.
All right, you got
looked
the
like-
Colts or the Falcons? Are you going to pick the Colts or are you going to pick the Falcons?
I'm picking the Falcons because I don't think the
Okay.
Colts. I think the Colts are going to lose 7 of the next 9 games and finish the year at 9-7, 8 or
Not
11.
a chance in
They
hell.
have, they
Not a
have
chance in
their
hell.
back end schedule is loaded and it's getting more and more loaded. They got the Niners, they got the Rams, I think they got the Chiefs. Or the
Niners
Eagles.
are not good.
I don't think so. And I don't think from what I saw with this Colts team, and I saw what Pittsburgh was able to do with their pressure and their secondary, it flustered all of them. And what I saw from Atlanta this whole season is that their defense can stop people. They can rush the quarterback. They can cover people because they did that to Josh Allen's squad. And then Michael Penix has a connection with Drake London. He has a connection with Kyle Pitts. And on top of that, I've seen Jalen Warren get off and Kenneth Gainwell get off, and now you got Bijan Robinson coming in. Oh, I'm definitely taking the Falcons as an upset. That's actually my upset of the week, and I will actually take them to win this game 31-27. I don't like these. I don't like what I saw from that Colts team. I never really
They had one bad game. Every good team has a bad game like that.
But it's not even really about the bad game. I even look at, like I said, the Patriots had a soft schedule. So did the Colts have a soft schedule. So it does. They remind me a lot of the Tampa Bay Josh Freeman Bucks when they went 10-6, but then he got hammered by the really, really good teams. They played good against a better, lesser teams, but they got hammered by the good teams. And I think that's what we're about to see with this Colts team down the stretch. I'm taking the Falcons. I'll take them 31-27.
I'm gonna I gotta finish my take. I'm gonna take the Colts. I'm gonna take the Colts in this one. Like I said, the Falcons are the biggest enigma in the league right now because of the lineup that we just ran down as far as who they beat and who they lost to. But at least we do know, even though the Colts had a letdown game last week, I expect them to bounce back this week. I'm actually gonna take the Colts 28-13. Dom?
I'll take the Colts as well. I don't think they cover the spread. A lot of what JJ said about the Falcons is definitely true. And I'm still not a believer. I'm not a 100% believer in the Colts yet. And last week is kind of a reason for that. So yeah, give me the Colts, but not by much. 27-24.
Because go ahead, James. I know you picked the Colts and everything. I could be wrong. You never know. I could, but I will say what I've seen in this league is when you find something that works, typically other teams, they feel like they can do it, they replicate it, and then boom, it happens. Seems to kind of be a little bit. Happened last year because what happened with you guys when y'all faced Jaden Daniels and dogged him, teams started beefing up their defensive lines and seeing what that stopped him. And then next thing you know, here we are this year with this season, all this other stuff, and how they finished the season. Now I think they saw, because I saw Danny go back to Danny Dimes. The
Steelers really needed to win that game. They had lost a couple of games in a row.
So does Atlanta.
They really needed. If they lost that game, the Steelers would be in trouble. So that's also a factor.
But that's proving the point because Atlanta needs the game too. So it's like, the Colts have to show me. I'm not going to lie because I don't like what I've seen. I actually told people, I was like, I think they're about to start collapsing. I think they're going to start being like 7-5, and then next thing you know, win 1 or 2 games and finish 9-8.
All right, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on New York Jets. New York Jets fire sale, traded Sauce Gardner, traded Quinnen Williams. They're trading their whole team. Pretty much, they're done. Like they've accepted what it is. They're trying to get all these first round picks and try to do something in the future. But it ain't going to be this year. So I got the Browns. I think they'll win. I don't know what the score is going to be. It's probably going to be an ugly game. Two bad teams, but the Browns should win.
I heard they offered to flex it to Tubi at 4 a.m. and Tubi said thanks, but no thanks.
Browns Jets. This game may be a race to 17, and understandably so. I'm going to take the Browns in this one, 19-13. Nothing much to be said in this one. I mean, we got a rebuilding a squad that's pretty much dead in the water versus a squad that's near dead, if not dead in the water. This is a someone has to win kind of game. And sure, I'll take the line with the Browns. JJ?
I think this is a lot. I think people always see bad teams and think it's always going to be a horrible type of game. But I think when you see these type of games, they turn out to be much more better competitive than people think. Dylan Gabriel can play. He has talent. He has a good team around him. I totally get it. And I make the point because Oakland, Las Vegas, they're all doing the same thing. When you have a new coach, yes, stars will get out. When John Harbaugh came in, our all-pro Chris McAllister was pushed out. It happens. It is what it is. That's what I expected with this Jets team. So now Aaron Glenn and Pete Carroll can bring in the pieces they want. Now I'm glad that you're going to see the chances so they can execute their vision. When Detroit came, Brad Holmes did the same thing. Boom, y'all getting out of here. We bringing new people in, and we got new people in. And I do think that these teams are now finally can actually – Cleveland's already been doing it, but now the Jets can do it because they got out of people who I think we're not rocking with the new wave. And that's okay. That's what happens when you get new managers. When you get new managers, sometimes you don't rock and you transfer out. But it doesn't mean that you can't be successful and they won't turn out to be successful. All in all, I will take the Browns to win this game. I'm going to give them this game 24-22 because I think they're going to the 2-point wave is the wave nowadays, and I think people are going to do that a lot in these games.
And what's the prop bet on the deepest pass for Dylan Gabriel? 10 yards?
I don't know. I think he has Njoku, and I think he can get it like 20.
Dom?
I'll take the Browns into cover. I do not believe that the football will cross the goal line via a pass or a run. I'm taking the Browns 12-9. I will also say, I don't know, like we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know that Aaron Glenn necessarily wanted to get rid of Sauce Gardner or Quinnen Williams, but I do think he probably just bought himself at least 4 or 5 more games at his current position going into next year. Because, if they're shitty, they're going to end up shitty. But at the end of the year, I could see him committing a homicide to the GM or the owner if he gets fired, because he's going to be like, what the fuck? You traded away my 2 best players. Now you're going to fire me? So I don't think that they will. I think Aaron Glenn keeps his job through the offseason and at least a quarter of the way into next year. I'm hoping he turns it around because I like Aaron Glenn.
I just don't agree with what the Jets are trying to do.
How much has positivity affected your Detroit Lions team?
I know. I'm with you 100%.
And that's Aaron Glenn's philosophy. How much has positivity changed the Detroit culture? Wasn't Detroit considered the Jets not too long ago?
We were the Jets before the Jets were the Jets.
Positivity could be exactly what is needed.
It's entirely possible. Like I said, I like Aaron Glenn. I want to see him get a fair shake.
All right.
That's all I'm asking.
All right, next game, guys. Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins at AFC East showdown. Who you guys got? Buffalo or Miami?
We can probably breeze through this. I don't think anyone's picking the Dolphins, are they? JJ, you think they're going to cover? That's about the only caveat I could see.
So, of course, I played them most recently. I actually started to feel bad for them because the turnovers were absolutely deflating. They can move the football. It's just if you force turnovers on them, that's a wrap. And Buffalo, there's a couple games that are keep showing against high-quality opponents to find out what formula works. And I'm just going to keep saying it. Keep doing it. If you keep doing it, give it to James Cook. I will give the Bills to cover this one, but I want to follow the money because I will say that's if you were to say Vegas kind of puts their hands in something like that, it is if they have heavy money on something. Like if this stays at 9.5 and the odds are like 110 or like 1 and it doesn't move at all, then I have more comfortability in it. But if I see them odds to go over, it's like minus 175 or almost 200, I don't like that because that means everybody's taking that. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm the
They
same.
cook for 100 yards though. That's a prop.
Yeah, Dolphins are still a dumpster fire. The Bills have to win this game for the very reason that I put on that screen, because the next game, the Patriots are going to be facing somebody tougher, which we'll get to in just a second. But with that being said, yes, Bills by a million. I don't see that, even if it's in Miami. Nah, the Bills may have this one over at halftime. Bills 41, Dolphins 13.
I got the Buffalo Bills winning this game as well. You see what the Dolphins are looking like right now. When I watch this team play, I just look at the players, I look at the body language, I look at Mike McDaniel, and like everyone just seems checked out of this season. These guys are done. Like even some of the guys that got traded, like Jalen Phillips, like he's already like super happy to be with the Eagles. He's not even saying, thank you to the Dolphins organization. He's just straight posting about the Eagles already. So guys do not want to be there, and it's just bad. So I think it's going to be a blowout from Buffalo.
Now to your point though, like I said, if he's that happy or so, then it proves that it's not just Mike McDaniel that has to have some changes. It's
Did we not all see Tyreek Hill on the cart, knowing that his season was over and he had a fucking smile on his face? He's like, thank God, I do not have to deal with any of this shit for the rest of the year.
That we can't really see. That's mostly internal. And on the field, like you see Mike McDaniel, he does not trust Tua at all to do anything. So it's just bad.
What I got from that, Mike, is I did get a guy. I actually, because I'm not gonna lie, I will say, had not for those turnovers, it might have been a closer game. But every turnover literally deflated them because he's sitting there thinking like,
that's the
NFL. They were kind of outplaying the Ravens.
Winning the turnover battle is as old as running the ball and stopping the run. Football's still football. If you lose the turnover battle, you're gonna lose.
That's when I felt bad for them because I was like, I've had that same look about a job that Mike had, and I would say me and Mike are the same way. We're very positive people, but
you
do change when it's too much toxicity around you.
Next game, we got the New England Patriots take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this is a real matchup, and if the Patriots want to prove that they're a real team, then this is a team that beat it. They're one of the best teams in the NFC.
If the Buccaneers want to prove they're a real team.
They're 6-2. They're up and high in the standings. So this isn't like beating the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns and all these teams like the Patriots have been playing. So if you really want to prove yourself, then prove yourself. Ibuka is back at practice, full speed. He's probably going to play. Huge boost for Buccaneers. So that's why I think they're going to win this game, 27-21.
Yeah, Bucks coming off the bye week. Ibuka had a little bit more extra rest. Like James said, he's back at practice and everything. I'm going to take the Buccaneers in this one just because I'm high on them in the NFC South, obviously. I would not be stunned if the Patriots pulled it off, but I'm going to take Tampa 27-23. But if the Patriots do beat the Buccaneers, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, well, they're better than the Colts or anything like that. But it's a huge step up from the way they were 1 and 2 years ago. Really, really like Drake May. Really like what he's doing with that ball club and what head coach Mike Vrabel is doing. The Patriots are looking to reclaim what they have done for the last 20 years. Maybe not necessarily will it be 6 Super Bowls, but they want to get it back to where the AFC East was a one-team division, So, but I'm going to take the Bucks, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots stole one. JJ?
To be honest with you, I actually do think I would take the Patriots as a little bit better than the Colts because I think even though he is in his second or third year, I think Drake's going to turn out to be a way better quarterback than Danny Dimes. And I think Drake is playing better than Daniel Jones, in my opinion, right now. From what I'm seeing out here with his squad, he's got everybody rolling. He lost Keyshawn Bootsy, but I've been talking to my friend. I think he said he might be good to go this week. But I am going to take them to win this game, but I will say it's going to be a fun game. I will tell you, if you do looking for a prop to go over, then you definitely want to look at Ibuka because he is a chunk guy for them, and Baker's going to find a way to get it to him. I will tell you as well, Hunter Henry might be another little spot too, because at the end of the day, the Buccaneers do struggle with tight ends. And while Austin Hopper is a good one, Hunter Henry is a good one too. Hunter Henry is the type of person that gets like 2 catches, maybe like 55 yards and a touchdown. And like he just be rocking it out. But I got the Patriots to win this game. I'm going to give them because I think these teams are going to score some points. I think they're both going to be in the 30s. I will give the Patriots the win 38-35.
All right, Dom?
Yeah, I was going to say shootout as well. I really don't know who to pick. I was looking around on my coffee table for a coin to flip. I guess I could flip a beer cap.
Sure.
Every time this is
okay, I'm taking the Patriots 38-35. Based upon the result of this Rolling Rock beer cap flip.
I wish Kendall was on our show because I will always go back to him talking about how much
I miss him.
He said it. He had said Drake was going to be great and be a potentially quarterback. He absolutely said it.
I think we all said that. I think we were all pretty hype on Drake May off rips. I was.
No, I didn't say he was going to be
why
great,
I was at first.
I just said that he was going to be pretty good.
I thought he was going to have some good games where he have maybe 3 touchdowns and an interception, or 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 interceptions, but win the game. He's having really efficient, good.
He's having a good season. Next game on the slate, we got the Chicago Bears hosting the New York Giants. Who you got? I gotta say, this could be an upset for the New York Giants. Based on what I saw from the last game, the Bears were leading by a lot, and they almost blew the game. And the Bengals defense can't stop anybody to save their life, to the point that people in the locker room, the Bengals was pissed. And they're calling out the defense, and they're saying, I think Brown, the running back, was like, you guys just need to get a fucking stop and finish the game. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Why can't you pay anybody on defense again? Why can't you pay anybody on defense again? Where the money? Oh, okay.
I mean, that's a good point, but
I think the only people that were happy about T. Higgins' contract were T. Higgins and Joe Burrow.
As far as last week goes, and I'll stand on this, and that is, it just may be time. If not head coach Zach Taylor, definitely the general manager. You're wasting Joe Burrow's years. And you're wasting the time that Joe Flacco has left.
But what's different is
the organization was the same with Carson Palmer. So why are they going to be different to Joe Burrow?
But
it's literally the same thing happening over again. It's like deja vu.
But the thing is, what's interesting is that Joe's not taking that many sacks, but somehow he has the same offensive line that Joe Burrow had. But he seems to be able to still be able to sustain. So what is going on here?
And they both got the same defense that can't stop a nosebleed.
Right, but Joe
Flacco's putting up 400 yards in an L.
Right, but you see what I'm saying? He's not getting sacked, but Joe Burrow was getting sacked all the time. So is Joe Burrow holding the football too long? What's going on here? How is it Joe's not be able to be? Is Joe more durable than him? Is he what's going on? He's not certain. Joe Burrow's faster than Joe Flacco, but for some reason Joe don't seem to be having the same issues Joe Burrow had. So I do agree with you, the GM. You need to get rid of that. The GM didn't draft the offensive line, but you need to all look at yourself because you paid 3 players. You lost your best running back to the Texans, who could have really helped this squad right now.
Chase Brown is pretty good.
Let's
give him some credit.
No, he is good, but he isn't relied on as a bell cow the way Mixon was. He's averaging if he gets 16, 17 carries, that's a great game. Joe Mixon would average that on the regular. Then they stopped running him the football, and their season went down. They have all this money in 3 players, and now you're upset that the defense, yay, your actions have consequences. You chose it. You deal with it.
Yep.
Right.
But now, real quick, though, I'm going to take the Bears. It seems like I'm scared to take the Bears every week because I'm wondering when they're going to turn back into the Bears. I'm going to Tom knows, man. I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm gonna take the Bears 24-20, man. But god damn it, dude. It's like I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop. I'm gonna take you this week, Chicago. Don't let me down. JJ?
And I think in a year,
the Bears are not as bad as last season.
I think in a year, y'all gonna apologize to this team and Caleb Williams, and
I will never apologize to the Bears. Fuck them.
Well, I can believe
Do
that.
something besides finishing last before you open your fucking fat Chicago lips.
If you want to apologize, you'll give a backhanded compliment because I think Caleb.
You'll apologize to Caleb Williams when you apologize to Kirk Cousins.
I've been apologized. I gave Kirk Cousins flowers a long time ago, but at the end of the day, has he not proved me wrong? What has he done that's not proved me wrong?
He's white.
Last time I checked, yes, that Minnesota's going to go to the next level with him. He ain't going anywhere, and I actually gave him credit for that.
He has the greatest comeback in NFL history.
I have said did they go further with the Vikings than they did with Case Keenum? No, they actually went less than Case Keenum. Case Keenum got to at least to an NFC title game, so we ain't.
They didn't go further with Darnold.
They never had to, but like I said, Kirk Cousins. Everybody fought me.
That's because JJ McCarthy's way better than Sam Darnold, right?
Everybody fought me for years. Everybody fought me for years about that, but that's a different story. But I do think we're going to come back and see that the Chicago team is actually going to be a lot better than possible because we played them. I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And I will say, I think I want to take a look on that because I do believe the Bengals were kind of leading a lot throughout they were just trading scores. And they had one time got up a little bit. Then the Bengals kept, trying to keep pace with them. But it was like they were there. They have an offense. They have talent. They have wide receivers. They have pieces there. And I will take them in this game. I do think they're going to be pretty well. I got the Bears. Sorry.
Okay, we got a battle between the purple.
Did Dom give his take?
Yeah, I'm not taking.
Yeah, he always picks against the Bears.
Okay. All right, cool. Next game.
Okay, battle of the purple freaks. The purple birds and the purple human being with a beard.
We better not get that caption. My heart cannot take that. That's all I'm saying.
Who's gonna be the purple freak of the week? JJ. Who you got?
We got purple freaks, buns, and necks in this motherfucker, man.
So
JJ, go ahead, man.
Get freaky with the purple freaks.
So Jay had said this weeks ago, and I started echoing it too. And I think if this turns into a win, then I like to be under the radar, but I do think that the season is slowly turning around. I think the Ravens know they've got Patrick Ricard back. They got Lamar Jackson back. More so than Lamar Jackson, they got Patrick Ricard back. The one problem with that offense that was not being able to sustain is that they couldn't block and they can't run the football. We've been running and blocking like crazy. We can get back to our normal roots. And I'm looking forward to this game because I'm looking forward to seeing how Lamar handles the blitz yet again. Because since 2024 or 2023, I believe, Lamar has been one of the best quarterbacks against the blitz, which happened to be one of his worst parts of his game his first couple years. Brian Flores, I think you're going to send the team. I do think that they're going to have some moments, but I think I got the Ravens winning this game 31-17.
31-17. Damn. No respect for the Vikings. 2 touchdowns?
I do think
what the Vikings did against Detroit?
I do think the Ravens, and I will say, actually, let me up it then. Let's give it 31-20 because I will say J.J. McCarthy is going to make some plays. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Ravens actually win this convincingly because top to bottom, I do think now the Ravens, the way they're playing, are playing better. And I think at the end of the day with J.J. McCarthy, what I will be saying is going to be interesting is I think we're going to give him some issues because we had some little peoples coming in and have players coming back, and then if we can force the turnovers, but I think the Ravens are on the right. I think the Ravens are turning the corner. Yeah. I think the Ravens turned the corner.
Detroit, Dom, are the Vikings actually good, or did the Lions just have a shitty game?
The latter. The next time that J.J. McCarthy passes for 200 yards will be the first time. It might happen this week because the Ravens defense is not particularly good, but they're still not winning. Like, you can't even call the Vikings fool's gold. Like, yeah, they beat a good team barely. If they don't block that field goal, they're not winning that game. And, the Ravens are on the rise. It's a game they need to win. I mean, the Ravens kind of need to be safe. They need to run the table if they for sure wanted to win the division. or secure themselves a wild card. The Vikings are definitely getting their comeuppance. See what JJ McCarthy put on Instagram that night or the next day with a picture of him on the field talking about both kneecaps still intact. Yeah, we'll remember that at the end of the year when we're, maybe clinching the division
That's a big
and
talk.
you're in fucking
Vikings,
last
man.
place. Like, I never liked JJ McCarthy, and now I dislike him even more for that bullshit. Kneecap still intact. Fuck you.
All right, who's going to win? Vikings or
The
Ravens?
Ravens.
Jay
The
Nelson.
Vikings aren't winning this game. Get out of here.
This has happened before. It's the AFC North's worst nightmare is the Ravens falling behind in the division, and then they start healing up because here they come. Now, I'm not going to say that the Vikings are exactly a rollover or anything like that. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. I'm going to take the Ravens actually a little bit closer. I'm going to say 31-28. I think the Vikings will give them a game. But at the end of the day, I just trust Lamar more than J.J. McCarthy for obvious reasons. Don't get me wrong. McCarthy's tough. He may even be double tough. But I've got number 8 on the Ravens every day of the week. So give me the Ravens, but field goal game, though.
Okay. I got a team of wearing a purple jersey to win this game.
All right.
So here's what I got to say about this matchup. The Chargers are very similar to the Vikings, where they have like an incredible game, and then you're like, I really want to put trust in this team to see if they can do something. And then they get cooked. So I don't care what the Vikings did. I am not trusting them to beat the Ravens. And let's also not forget that their defense is terrible. They got torched against Jalen Hurts, and they got torched against Justin Herbert. So what do you think Lamar Jackson is going to do to this Vikings defense?
They did sack us 5 times.
Torch that secondary. So I got the Vikings getting blown out 38-17.
I like it.
Let me go back to my 31-17 then. Because I
was telling you, that seems like a lot, and then I ended up saying that they get blown out. So that's just because I really don't trust the Vikings at all. It's not even about JJ McCarthy. I really don't think he's that good of a quarterback. And I saw a video in the locker room of him like flexing and doing all this stuff. Listen, man, the Vikings are going to they're always going to be this type of franchise.
Get the fuck out of here.
They're always going to be this type of franchise, and that's it.
All right, next game.
All right, we got the Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, who beat the Cowboys last week.
Wait, are we just skipping the other one?
Yeah, we skipped one, man. Saints Panthers.
All right, the Panthers are looking good. The Panthers are looking good. I guess I got the Panthers.
Not too much time on this one. The Panthers. I got the Panthers beating LSU.
Panthers might actually become a possible wild card team. I like the Panthers in this one.
I had them competing more this season. I actually had them at about 8 or 9 wins. But
I was gonna say I thought you picked them for a wild card.
No, nobody on this show picked the Panthers as a playoff team.
No. Is anyone picking the Saints?
No.
Cardinals Seahawks.
All right, I love what the Seahawks are doing right now, man. Like, I feel like in the NFC, everyone's like, "Oh, the Lions, the Eagles," but watch out for Seahawks. Watch out what they're doing. Jackson Smith and Jigba is balling. They add Shaheed as a deep threat to take off the top of the defense. Man, Seattle is a good team. So I think they're going to take care of the business over here. 34-20 is going to be the score.
The talk this week has been after what Jacoby
Shaheed is a really good
the
pickup,
Cowboys. is should Brissett remain the starter? And there's been a bit of a fan outcry on social media saying that Brissett should remain the starter and that Kyler Murray should remain on the sidelines. There's a hidden factor also as to why Kyler, for that reason right there, Bacon Grizzly.
Call of Duty, baby.
Because Call of Duty.
What are we on? Black Ops 7 or 8 now?
7. It drops next week. So the fans knew something. They had something in mind. They knew what was up.
This is like Fast and Furious, man. Like they just keep making these games. Like
I think that's the biggest
over. And
I think that is the biggest.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest rock that fans have ever said about this Call of Duty stuff. This is go ahead. Think Jacoby's better. Then when he struggles, you're gonna be sitting there thinking maybe you should do Kyler.
No,
shut up.
Jacoby been
balling good against good teams.
He's been balling. He's been averaging like 300 yards a game in every game that he started for Arizona this season. Kyler Murray averaging less than 200.
Well, that's fine. You do your thing. So when he doesn't do great because he had a couple good games against these teams and then they struggle, you wonder like, oh, what is me? Everybody do this every single time a backup has a decent game. Oh, he needs to go ahead and do this thing. And then when he doesn't do well, you looking like, what happened? Like, bro, he's a backup. He's a backup. Of course,
he's a backup. He has a lot of NFL experience.
He is a backup,
like
but
random backup. Let's give him his respect.
I actually would say
overreactions.
I actually would say that Jacoby Brissett is one of the better, if not the best QB2 in the league throughout the years.
So would Kyler Murray have a horrible time again? So it's Dallas defense.
Hell no.
We just got here saying Dallas defense is the worst defense, and you wonder why he got 300 yards. Duh. Is Kyler Murray going to get 150? No. He's going to get 300 yards too. Because again, the Dallas defense was bad. Kyler is a better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett. And I will stick with that. And no, if you go ahead, do what you gotta want. This is one of them times where my mom would say, sometimes you gotta let people see their foolishness play out. I'm gonna let y'all foolishness play out. Go ahead and start Jacoby Brissett. Go ahead and let that man go. I'm gonna just sit back. And when he loses, and when he keeps on losing, and when he has problems and stuff, because they're going to play better teams like these Seahawks, I don't want to hear it. You started it. You live in your revel in your amazingness.
Well, with that said, I actually am going to take the Seahawks. I really like the move that they did. They added some speed with the acquisition of Rashid Shaheed. The Cardinals just may keep it close. It is a divisional rival game. I'm going to say Seahawks 20. Give me one of them funky scores, like 26-22. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. My bad.
No. I was done.
Maybe they'll throw it to somebody else besides Justice McNigba, but I will tell y'all, if for all those people out here that like to bet, there is one bet that seems to just be hit every goddamn week, and that is Justice McNigba over receptions, over receiving yards. It don't matter. He is going to get the throw on the football. He's going to get the targets. I do think this is going to be a really good game, but I'm actually going to take the Cardinals to cover this game, because I like the individual matchup between these two teams. And the Cardinals are competitive. They're not like a scrub team that you just get dominated on. They are competitive. I've got the Seahawks winning this game. I've got them winning 28-24.
Dom?
I'll take the Seahawks as well. I think the Cardinals are starting to find themselves with the same problem that the Red Cowboys have. When you think you have two quarterbacks, you have zero. Because if you're at the point where you're thinking about benching your starter to play your backup, that's not good. Because if your backup's playing better than your starter, then what the fuck are you doing with your starter? Oh, overpaying him like you are with Brock Purdy, like you are with Kyler Murray? It's not a great situation. Like, yeah, it's great when your backup plays well and wins games while your starter is out. But then when he's playing considerably better than your starter was when he was starting, it's a fucking problem. And that's what you've got in Arizona and out there in the Levi Stadium.
You said like they're doing with Brock Purdy, like they're doing with Kyler Murray, like they want to do with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Oh, God. He's coming back soon, too. What are they going to do?
Oh, yeah. Deshaun Cosby on his way bike. Next game.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks, and they cover. Kyler Murray, even if he plays, is not good against fucking good teams.
First of all, I got something to say about the Washington, formerly the Redskins, the Commanders.
Foreskins.
and this is a pre-sports moron of the week take.
Uh-oh.
How fucking dumb do you have to be getting destroyed 38-7 and you leave Jaden Daniels in the game? So now he's hurt and his arm got bent in a weird way, and I just hate the stupidity of seeing stuff like that. It's a rival team, but it still makes me angry to see that. So Dan Quinn is a moron. The Commanders are morons. All their players are injured. So the Lions coming off the loss. It's a get back game. The Lions are going to put up 40 in this one. 40-10 is the score.
Didn't the Commanders trade for a quarterback?
No, they didn't. But hey, it's your team. Go ahead, man.
I got the Lions. Are you sure? I'm almost positive they traded for. They traded for fucking Russell Wilson.
The Commanders?
I think so.
I did not hear that.
Did I imagine that? Was it a fever dream?
Well, you did take a nap before the show.
I was actually watching Curb Your Enthusiasm and I lost track of time. I could have swore. Somebody look. James, can you look?
I'm looking
right now. Talking
now.
about this?
I don't think that happened.
It must have been a fever dream. I think
it didn't happen.
I had a conversation with somebody about this because I was like, "Oh, Washington is all." Maybe it was a rumor and it never actually happened.
No, I didn't.
No,
The only other quarterback that was they had Carson Wentz, but that was not Russell Wilson.
Nah, Russell Wilson is still with the Giants.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me the Lions by a bunch. We haven't lost back-to-back games since God was a child, and that's not going to start to happen this week. Marcus Mariota is ass. Everyone in our team is pissed off. Now, granted, we currently have one healthy offensive lineman from our starting five at the beginning of the year. They've already said Penei Sewell is out. Taylor Decker, he's been dealing with a shoulder injury all season, and he's been so Vicodined up. They asked him in the postgame because he hurt his knee during the game, and they were like, "How's your knee?" And he was like, "To be honest, I'm on so much stuff for my shoulder. When that wears off, I'll let you know how my knee feels." Like, we're bringing in guys off the street to put on the practice squad, elevating guys from the practice squad to the 53. We went and got absolutely no one at the trade deadline because, Brad Holmes is the smartest guy in the room. Oh, we'll be okay. No, Brad, we won't. And now you missed your last opportunity. I don't want to call you Scott Harris for having a contender and doing nothing at the trade deadline, but I'm going to call you Scott Harris until it doesn't blow up in your face. And I'm not sure that it doesn't, but not this week. I got the Lions big. Yeah, and we cover.
Okay. As long as the apology is as loud as the criticism if you've proven wrong.
Oh, I'll be the first one to say, shit, I hope I am wrong. I hope that was wrong about Scott Harris.
He has been taking heat for a lot of things, and he has built an amazing roster. He has been taking heat from y'all since day.
It's nice to be able to nitpick. And
it doesn't matter if you build a roster. You still got to try to improve.
I understand.
No, you do improve.
From his point of view. Because his draft picks are gold, because that's where he really excels is in the draft. Scott Harris did the same thing. Oh, I don't want to get rid of my prospects. Well,
that's how much Gary Roseman built the roster, and he's still.
You got to give to get. Hey, I've been saying
more than one way to say that. The point is, he built a roster. Are you saying
they made that trade for Jalen Phillips?
I'm saying if you're trying to win it all, you cannot stand pat. You have to be aggressive.
They're not
only
if you don't go for it when that window's open, that window is going to close.
They're not standing pat. They just drafted players, and they're one of the best teams in the NFC. You don't have to make a trade just because you think you're not like you're 5-4. You're not like you're 2-5. You are one of the best teams, and the only teams that you lost to were the better teams in the game that you may have to face in the Super Bowl on the other side. This is not what you have to sit here and think, because why are they revered as the team everybody's trying to catch up to? There's other team. The only team that in the NFC that's considered actually better than them is the Eagles. And even then, when you talk about those two together, they don't even say that they're that much better. They still have the Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery leading them. This Lions team, I think all the time, we just sitting there thinking, you got to have to build it all 99 type roster. This team is good. This team is great. Are we saying that team against the Jaden Daniels team against last year would lose again if the same thing played again this year? No, because we don't think Jaden Daniels team. We said they got blessed and they had a great game. We still thought that Detroit was better. This team is really one or two plays away from getting to where they want to go. So it's like, at the end of the day, for me, it's like, what are y'all talking about? This is not like a team that's horrible. This is not like a team that ain't doing stuff. Then you ain't got a healthy roster. So like in the day, if those guys are coming back, Brian Branch is coming back from suspension, Kirby Joseph's coming back, your roster is really elite. If you're a top 5 roster by everybody's account before the season starts, I'd like to know.
The O-line is just really banged up. And
Rams versus the 49ers or the Red Cowboys. I think the Rams going to play good in this game. They lost the last game really because of a fumble at the 1-yard line. Revenge game with the Rams. Matthew Stafford is balling, leading league in touchdown passes this season. I got the Rams 34-16.
All right. I'm going to give this take, and then I got to he's been examining his ribs right now. I got to give this take, and then I got to go to Confidential. I think the Rams get back in this game. They had a letdown against the Niners. Rivalry game, okay, I'm not going to hang them for it. They're still contending for the division. But I'm going to take the Rams in this one just because I think it's out of the Rams and the Seahawks. I do not trust Mac Jones. He's been playing fairly good, but I don't trust him to close out the division. I just don't. The 1 year that he did go to the postseason, they were a wild card, and that was Belichick's last 1 or 2 years. So, no, I'm going to take the Rams in this one. Give me the Rams actually 28-20. And on that note, I'm going, y'all, to Confidential. For the next two, give me Steelers and Eagles. All right, guys.
Okay. See you later, brother. Take care, my friend. I'm going to be honest with you. I see this game being just like the last one, very, very close down to the goddamn wire. And I am going to take the Rams to finally actually get it done. And I do think that they get it, but I actually going to get them to win this game 27-24. Because I think that the 49ers, divisional matchups, you know each other. One of the main reasons why I feel like blowouts happen a lot of times outside of divisional games because you don't know them. Now, if you blow out a division opponent, it's because you wanted it more and you worked harder. But these two teams seem to face each other. They both can't outwork each other because they're working hard. But I got the Rams winning this one 27-24.
I'll take the Rams as well. Speaking of, I can't even say dark horse at this point. Matt Stafford should be a front runner for the MVP.
Yep.
Second or third in yards. He's got a really high completion percentage for what he normally does. He's first in touchdown. I think he's got 20 touchdowns already. Yeah, he's a monster. Still playing well. Don't know how many more years he's going to play. I don't think he's in any hurry to be spending 24/7 with that cunt wife of his and their 38 kids. I think he's going to keep playing for as many more years as his body allows him to.
I don't see why he would stop playing when he's playing at this level right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So he could probably cut it for a couple more years.
If you're still competing at that high of a level and your team is,
the only thing is if he gets injured at this age, then he might.
Yeah. If he suffers a major injury, like a season ender, or he
can play.
Yeah, he's a fucking monster.
But that's the thing about Mr. Matthew Stafford. He ain't trying to get hit. He will let that joker go. He don't be playing about that.
Oh yeah, he's fully aware of how potentially fragile he could be. He's an old man.
A lot of hits in his career.
No, I kind of agree with you. I'd actually consider putting money on him for the MVP because I think he's playing absolutely out of his mind right now, and it's just Mahomes is the favorite.
Yeah,
but I do think Matthew Stafford.
I might have to go throw $5 or $10.
He's all right.
That'd be a nice one.
All right,
yeah,
so
give me the
all
Rams.
done with this game.
Yep, Rams by a bunch.
Sunday night. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Steelers.
Can they
Chargers.
please get someone else to sing that song, please?
I love that song.
I miss Faith Hillsbury.
Is that Carrie Underwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She writes a new song every week, and everyone is worse than the last one.
Every year.
Hey, stop hating, bro. She be getting me hyped for that shit.
I miss Faith Hill.
When she hit that note, she's like, Sunday night. Get me going.
Right, Sunday night, where are you?
All right. Steelers versus the Chargers. At the end of the day, the Steelers are a really good team, but they're also inconsistent. they win, and then they have a letdown game. So whatever you say about the Chargers, it's whatever. I'm picking the Chargers. I think they're going to take it to the Steelers.
This is so interesting because every time these two teams get together, it is usually like a prime time, so to speak. And the Chargers appear to be that team that's gonna take them down. I keep going back to the Phillip Rivers days, and then the Steelers just come and win. They just come out and just grind it out and win. And I will say, I think what I watched, because of course I have to pay attention to them. Both teams need to keep pace with the teams that are behind, to keep ahead, to keep the teams from behind them. Well, now LA is catching check. LA is looking up at Denver, but Pittsburgh, they know who's behind them, and they needed that game, and they do think they're going to win this game. Yeah. I do think it's going to be a competitive game, but I got them ultimately winning this game 33-30. Chargers can score. They can score.
I have to pick the Chargers, but I kind of want to laugh if they blow that division lead to the Ravens. I don't know. I'm going to go against all of my better judgment and take the Chargers, just so I can come back on next week and be like, see, I fucking told you about the Chargers, but I'm going to pick them. Don't ask me why.
All right, last but not least.
Who's the Monday night game? I don't even know.
Eagles versus
Ooh.
the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh.
First of all, how the hell are we the underdogs of this game?
Yeah, only half a point.
That's what I want to know.
Half a point.
First of all, Green Bay Packers, and Tyler is probably going to get pissed off if I say this, but I really don't think they're a good team. Let's be for real here. You lose to the Browns. You lose to the Panthers, and you should have lost to the Dallas Cowboys. So this team is really kind of overrated, Panthers, if we're being for real. And what the Eagles are doing, the Eagles has figured themselves out offensively. They're running more plays from under center, which is unlocking the offense. It's getting the run game going. It's getting the play action pass game going. And now, coming off of the bye week, A.J. Brown is going to be back. And the Eagles are going to start – they're going to start balling. We're going to start getting our stride. We made a trade. We got Jalen Phillips. Add to that pass rush. We get Nolan Smith back. Add to that pass rush. You got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis in the middle. So, Jordan Love is reckless as well and turns the ball over. He's kind of similar like Brett Favre a little bit. He had plays wow, this guy's an MVP. And then the next play, you're like, what the hell?
Wow, what the fuck was that throw?
That's exactly what Jordan Love is. So I think he's going to make mistakes in this game, and the Eagles are going to be efficient offensively and take advantage of the points off turnovers. That's going to be the key to the game. So I think the Eagles are going to handle their business in this one and take down the Green Bay Packers on the road in the frigid, cold temperatures.
Boy, Dom, you had it your way. This would be the perfect time for both of these teams to tie.
Yes.
You need both of them to get out of this way. But, oh, man. Well, I think this is a very good game. This is my game of the week because I do remember the game in the NFC, the wild card, or is it the division?
Wild card.
The wild card. It was a pretty good matchup. Micah Parsons has allowed Rashawn Gary to have even a better year, so their pass rush is pretty up and running. The Eagles' offense is up and running. The Packers' offense they're working out their big play weapon, Christian Watson, who had a great one-catch, 55, 51-yard type deal. That part of the offense was missing because Romeo Doubs is kind of intermediate. Dontavian Wicks is out. Jalen Reed's gone. He's been relying on his, Golden's rookie figure. Now, having Watson back, having that chunk is going to be a big point for this Green Bay Packers offense. Both teams' lines are pretty good. So I do think if you have both offense and defensive lines pretty good, both teams are going to be competitive in this game. I am going to give the Eagles this game. I solely think that a lot of times, I think the main reason why they are not favored is because they're on the road and they're at Lambeau. And I think even though that there are opinions of the Packers squad, it's their record and how they have played in certain things, and they're at home. I think that's where the spread comes from. But that is an easy part for somebody to put a little bit of money on the Eagles to cover, because if the Eagles, if they don't win, they more than likely will cover, because it's going to take like the Packers as well to give everything they got. I got the Eagles winning this game 31-28. 27.
I'm going to take the Eagles as well. That 2.5 point spread. I mean, the Packers, say what you want about them, they are in first place and they are at home. The standard spread, as we know, is 3, so they're not even giving them that. And you can't, the old men in the desert, they could not possibly, in good conscience, have the Eagles favored on the road against the division winner in a place that's tough to play like Lambeau. That being said, I will take the Eagles, and I think they cover. Not too sure about the score. There could be some points put on the board. Something weird. 32-29, but just enough to cover, and the Eagles win.
If that is the case, then we all pick the Eagles to win on Monday night against Green Bay.
Ooh.
Including Jay, who also picked the Eagles.
Plus, no yak and cheese for the rest of the year for Green Bay.
Yeah, I forgot to mention. Kraft is out for the season. It's a big loss for Green Bay.
Don't forget, we got to take.
I thought that was just like clever because his last name's Kraft, yak and cheese. That's funny. Tyler put me up on that. I was laughing.
We have a shot to do because of this team.
That's true.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
Actually, I
gotta go to the. I gotta go to the store, guys. I don't really drink that much, but
I found a rogue shot of 99 cents lemonade in my freezer.
We all said the Panthers had no chance.
Yep, we did. I don't drink like that
either.
Shout out
to Green Bay. Shout out to Green Bay. You guys,
I like what the Carolina Panthers are doing. I'm pulling for them.
You're causing us to be under the influence on the show, so congratulations. That concludes another episode of Picked Off from the Sideline Sports Network. I am James Tatum with Joseph Jenkins and Dom DeRubeis. We will see you on Friday for the Gauntlet.
I don't know how that math works.